The story so far. Aliyah and Six have been looking for the roboticist Nikki Renbar, sent by Professor Mayari to uncover the cause of the fall of Iox, which she believes is soon to return. But ancient memories found inside a robot led Renbar to a different discovery, an ancient observatory, the Vault, which Renbar believed could save the nebula from darkness. The roboticist's search began with a telescope-like device from a ship buried deep on the moon near Alboreth. A relic from the Vault, perhaps? Meanwhile, Aliyah has found something else, a shrine from an unknown moon. Will it explain what brought Renbar to the Cyclones? This is something that maybe we'll find out today in part 3 of Heaven's Vault. Let's press any key to continue. I'm choosing number 7. Not sure why. So we went back to Alboreth, and I've already forgotten why I could show the dull crystal to Roy. Thank you, game. Thank you very much. I mean, if Roy will even have me. I hate this place. Oh, that's Six speaking. I don't know, last time we were at Oroy's, she shut us out. I still don't know why the normal gate word stopped working. It's always worked before. Still, now I have a way through, I suppose. Maybe the gate doesn't like me carrying the scimitar. But read the inscription. There are ancient symbols here. I used to trace them out when I was a girl. This one is a phrase, run together. Okay, so right away. Pilgrims. Pilgrims, pilgrims. No. The thing is, I have always held that this symbol is a nounifier, but now it's not attached to this. And also, well, hold on. I don't have my notes with me. Where are my notes? Oh, would you look at that? Alboreth, show crystal from the side to Roy. Good thing I put that down. Oh no, that's like a verb thing, but myself. Mistress, I do not think you have enough information to read this. I could still change my mind, but pilgrims as myself. Was Alboreth a place for pilgrims? Didn't know that. Offer the blade fragment to the gate. Do you want this? N. The fragment from a leather knife's gone. Is that good? Do you think I'm going to get it back? Offer all 2 my remaining weapons. Yeah, sure. I don't know. Fine. Take the Lord Gate. N. Now I'm clean. I hope. I wonder if I could convince the gate I'm a pilgrim. Said Buyaoki Refa. Wasn't Catkiss the goddess? No, Catkiss was the word that got us in the end last time. Gibenya. Yeni hua Salekaltaliti. Oh no, Catkiss is the gate. Is the word that we are now somewhat higher up than we were, Mistress. Of course we are inside the Citadel. But isn't this the place where we were last time? This looks very same. What was the city built to be? No one knows. Not a lot of people think about the past. I can't believe the people here talk ancient. This place must be old. Older than even Iox, maybe. Old with would that be? 1,000 years or more. Interesting. Yeah, this entire timeline tool I haven't... I wonder if it was important in the days of the Empire. Before the Empire. One of the Citadel was once a castle. I haven't used this timeline tool at all. I don't know if I will. So that's toward Oroy. Do we have any other paths we can take here? To Tappy's shop? That's just we are not clever enough to open this door. No, that's not where we want to go. Yeah, this absolutely looks like where we were before. What do you mean? This is the labor market. Can I talk to this one again? Yes. How's trade today? Bristling? Okay. Cool. We can get to Tappy's this way. And that's to Roy. Yeah. No, let's... For once, let's stay on track. And let's see... Will she even have us? Is my big question. I mean, she doesn't know that it's me right now. Hello?
From the back room, I heard a curse.
Aaliyah, what can I do for you? I found a strange shard of crystal. I thought you might be able to tell me what it is. I'm a technic, not a mystic healer, so I don't know. Rest it on your belly and see if it helps you break wind. I think this kind of crystal was significant to the Empire. In the Empire. More than just decoratively. You've got my interest, I'll take a look. We give. I'll do it tonight, maybe. Thank you, Oroy. Okay, so we will have to come back for this. Did you know that robots have control words? What's that? I'll show you. I'm 6. Stiset. By the moons. That's incredible. How long does it last? About this long. Mistresses? Not so long then. Still, who knew? We found an exploit, you guys. This is like CrowdStrike. Someone said Slisset at all the Windows PCs and... So you didn't know. Is it just this one? Or do they all have them? 6? I have no idea what you are discussing, mistress. It must be something burned right down into the foil. Anything higher than that would be overwritten by the robot's own intentionality. That would be something to test. Can a word bypass the ethical core? 6, what do you think? It's stuck again. I never know how long it'll last. Mistress, I was considering another matter. We were wondering if your control words would bypass your core. I do not know what you mean by a control word. Interesting. The system won't allow the system to know about its own overrides. Makes you wonder if you and me have overrides we don't know about. Like Fnord? What do you mean? Never mind, forget it. About the cat kiss gate. How do you get all your tools and things through it? I had to give it my weapons. Yes, it does that. The best way for you to get around it? No idea. The way you phrased that is weird. I have a Rebesque foil in my arm so it doesn't bother me. A what? Never mind. Don't trouble your pretty head about it. So you have a foil in your arm? It's not deep. And it's only a small one. Nothing much, just enough for the gate to recognize you. How are things here? Still slow. See you when I see you, Leah. So we need to go back here to get the result of her examination of it. I mean, if she's gonna be there at all when we get back, like... I've lost so much shit already to just people taking it away from me and me giving up in barter. I'm not well suited to barter. I've not been raised in this kind of system. I only barter for cold hard cash. Should we leave now, mistress? Don't hassle me. Do I even have something to give to... what's his face? The thief trader Tappy. I'll get to Tappy's this way. Let's just see what he has to say, maybe. Don't know if I'm in the mood for trading necessarily. Where's his... there's his shop. And
Cabinets glinting with gold and polished glass.
Aaliyah, you don't visit me nearly enough. I'd forgotten the color of your eyes. I could never forget the sliver of your tongue, Tappy. How is life on Iox, anyway? As sterile as ever? That's a good word for it. You've always been too untidy for that place and too proper for this one. Dude, can we... okay, show him an artifact. What do we even have right now? I have no recollection. Fragment of paper. I'm gonna go with paper because a fragment of a nebula chart filled with minute diagrams dating from the age of sail. Fair, if not exemplary, no matter. I may be able to do something with that. I've not seen anything quite like that. I might be able to make you an offer. Here we are. A silver coin engraved with a face. I won't lie to you, I despise coins. They're tedious little trinkets. No joy in them. But it might be worth something to you. I don't recognize the face. No emperor I know. It doesn't have an inscription on the front. This comes from the same site as the knife I found here before, I think. This should help us work out where to look for the site. So, you've seen it. The coin for your fragment of a nebula chart? Like, I presume I have the information that was on the nebula chart, so I'm gonna go with it. You have a deal. I'll be sorry to sell this on when the time comes. Just a weird business you're running here. See you later, Tappy. Don't get any less beautiful. I'm flustered just from his entire vibe. Remember, must have tried a word of Albrechthian working on... fuck. Maybe he jabbed his thumb with a screwdriver and swore. It seems remarkable this has not been discovered before. But no one in Iox speaks Albrechthian patois. They would never bring themselves to. Interesting. The Emperor's body was an important find for Renbar to make, maybe even serious to someone. Imagine if someone was claiming to be the Emperor's loop. So Renbar left a trail for Mayari to follow, starting with that brooch. And then he continued on his journey. And we traded away the brooch. To that labor market shop. Following the trail from the telescopes he was finding. What's a rebesque for? You've never seen the internals of a robot then? I have, but it wasn't labeled. Oh my. A arabesque foil is a small scrap of metal inscribed with enormous detail, like one of your fingerprints. Never seen a arabesque foil. Nonetheless, you are conversing with one at this moment. Is that like your brain? Okay. Let's get out of here. For some reason there's no word for going down. The reason for that seems quite obvious to me, mistress. Waste receptacles flush outwards. Jeez. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Not yet. The thing is, we tried Set Buyaki Refa. We tried Kibenya. We didn't try Catkiss. Catkiss. Yenahuake. It's working again. So where does it take us now? Well, it's just the same place. I'll never get used to that. That's just exactly the same place. What do you mean? But if I go here, it prompts to Tappy, yeah. No, that's just... Why is there any significance to this? I don't understand. Anyway. Where are all these people going? Why is there like a foot? Stone feet. The slums below are named after these feet. They're the oldest things here. The original statue must have been huge. Bigger than the statue in Myrcy? 4 or 5 times bigger, mistress. But it must be one of a similar age, however. But you know, the statue in Myrcy didn't have feet. I never thought that I might be unusual before. Follow me, Six. Yeah, let's check out what this slum is like.
The smell of the slums made me feel like a child again.
Okay, I don't know what I expected. Yeah.
It hadn't been a happy time. A simple one, at least.
Do not touch anything, mistress. These structures might topple at the slightest knock. It's almost solid than it looks. I mean, they have to live in it. God's feet has been standing for quite some time. There's a bar in here. Did I read that right?
The heart of the God's Feet slum was Timur's bar.
Why now? Aliyah Elazra.
Timur had never
We learned our
once
last
set
name.
foot inside the upper citadel, or so he liked to claim.
By the turning of the waters, you're back. You seem surprised. I'm always surprised you come back to Albereth, but happy.
He was the king of the dung heap.
And are you well? Well enough. Let's be casual for now. Now then, the rules are the rules. Your friend there stays outside. I will wait as instructed, mistress. Huh. It didn't argue that time. It usually argues. It's not the same robot as last time. You lost another one? They must adore you and Iox to keep giving you these things. The robots are their eyes. And you keep plucking them out. You'll always be a rat, won't you? You'll never believe where I've been, Timur. into the cyclones. And why would you do a thing like that? If you have a death wish, you come here and drink yourself into your grave like a true friend. The professor sent me. I thought I knew why, but I'm not sure. Well, what did you find out there? Did you meet the gods? Did they tell you what they're playing at? I found a crown. I gave it to the professor. I don't suppose I'll see it again, unless she becomes our new emperor. The way you talk about her, maybe that's what she wants. Timur, do you ever see Oroi? She never comes down here anymore. You two were inseparable once. I caught you stealing my raki cask when you were too small to carry it, let alone drink any. We drank it well enough. Lucky I watered down all my barrels. Oh my Aliyah, how you've grown. You're very good health. On the house? This time.
They say rocker is made from river water, that it burns your throat with the cold of space. But it isn't true. Timur knocks it up out back in an old metal bin.
How about some good news then? I have something for you. A dagger. I think it dates from the Aoxian Empire. Whoever made this didn't add an inscription on the crosspiece. Good thing I came down here after I went up. I think this comes from the same source as the roll of paper in the book I found earlier. This will make its location easier to locate. You don't want to keep it? I don't know what it's worth, I'm sure. But if you keep buying drinks here, well, that I can put a number to.
He liked me.
You want another raki? I think I'm good. Another time. I don't know what 3 is, but I'm gonna go for it. Have you ever heard the word Malifar? All the time. It means falling over from too much raki. Can't imagine anyone ever said that to you. I heard something out there about a darkness. Something that would fall across the whole nebula. Oh yes? Did you hear that in the war rooms of Iox? I heard it from a robot on a ruined moon. Your life is so romantic, Aliyah. Honestly, I would believe you more if you said you'd seen it written in the waters. You're visiting the cat kiss now? What does that word mean, cat kiss? Not sure exactly, it's very old. Kiss is usually a word for a king or a leader. The laborers call the person who hired them Mikis. I like how sometimes the models of the objects shift when it gets over the level of detail boundary. Where do you get your artifacts from, Timur? Will you even answer that? If I tell you what we promise you, will you promise not to share? It's a trade secret. Who would I share it with? The beasts on Iox? Are you above that? I am. People find them familiar, floating in the wash. There's a particular place, a loop of the nebula not far from here. Quite empty, quite abandoned, and very old. Now it is as though every ship that flew past it fell to pieces and scattered their cargo to the waves. Perhaps there was a monster, but it has long since gone to sleep. Can you show me the place? Look for the sign of the crossing lines. Sign of the crossing lines. I don't think I should drag the robot into this, for obvious reasons. Well, that's what they say. As you know, I don't fly myself. No good for the soul. But please, Aaliyah, don't take it all for yourself. Perhaps one day if you discover something I might like out there, perhaps you could share with me. Please, Timur, I'm never going to marry you. You need to stop asking. I know you won't. That's why I ask. Maybe one day I'll say yes despite you. Like you shouldn't tease an old man, especially one with a solid income, good teeth and assets. You're ridiculous. There are worse things to be. Like, serious. How do I get out of this time? Do I need to do the terrible thing out in the cyclones? I saw something terrible out in the cyclones, the burned out wreck of a ship. It belonged to someone at the university. It died out there. And it could have been you? Easily. Still might. I take some real risk out there alone. And sometimes you wonder why you do it. We all take risks, Aliyah. Life is a risk. I just feel bad for him is all. Of course you do. Have a drink in this honor. So is the cleaning job keeping you busy? I've told you before I'm not a cleaner. I'm not sure what he's going for here. But of course you are. Picking through dead people's jewelry? I see. I will leave you at that, Timur. That's like a bridge too far. Be seeing you, Timur. Don't be a stranger. Oh, yeah, I was joking just now. I was. Come on, 6. We have a few new artifacts to trace. We have also discovered enough to exactly locate one new location, Age of Sail site. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Yeah, let's do this. Do it. Do it! Is this screen just something I can leave it on? Because that would be great. The thing is, I was wondering just now, is she getting rid of all these robots whenever she's made some discovery that she doesn't want the people on Iox to know about? And the only way to do that, to keep secrecy, is to dispose of her current robot. Like, that's a thing you can only do so many times. But if it's important enough, I don't know about what she was studying before the story starts. So whatever the last 5 situations were, not sure. This way, mistress. And so we left the surface of Albereth, with enough new information to locate a previously unknown site. Yeah, I think at some point we need to start figuring out this entire timeline situation. It's like, what is the logic here about Hopper down to Renaki 2 days ago? Okay, so there's time gaps between when we do travel. And that's the start of the game. So the modern age ends. The modern age ends right as we visit Iox. That's weird. Remba stumbled on a control word. Then Remba sails from Iox with a robot. Hires laborers. Finds several small artifacts on the dig site. Sails to Merisi. Stays there for a couple days. Finds a brooch. Leaves the shard of iodide crystal with the Merisi goddess. And that's the last thing. Oh no, wait. Janikwi removed a device of some kind. The device was fitted into a fixed stand on the roof of the building on the Hideout Moon. Wait, what is Hideout Moon? What kind of place is Hideout Moon? Oh, that Hideout Moon. Okay. Where we found where the Emperor died, presumably. Oh, well, not presumably. It doesn't have a question mark attached to it. We have figured this out. He actually truly died there. Beginning of the Dark Age. Interesting. Yeah, maybe we need to look a bit at this timeline more. I don't know. I have no feeling at all for how quickly I'm going through this game. But now we're back aboard the Nightingale. Look out there. It seems to go on forever. Mistress? What if the rivers aren't natural at all? What if they weren't created by storms, magnetic fields, or anything like that? What else could they be? I mean, man-made? What if they were drawn by a painter with a brush? How would such a thing be done? Imagine a ship dragging flows behind it the way a plow drags it out a furrow. A tapestry of cloud and smoke. The wellsprings drive the flows, mistress. Don't tell me you believe the wellsprings are natural. They exist in nature, mistress. God, he stands. Let's take to the river. I will ready the braces, mistress. So were we just sitting there on the floe and just floating any which way, or what was happening? Okay, let's see. Janikri Ran Astray has led us to a stone shrine taken from somewhere in Ghost's Wake. Perhaps that site will have some answers. I know enough to find this site now. Timur has pointed me towards an area of the Nebula where old artifacts were common. We found a few ourselves from the same age as the burials of Renbas, a lost city perhaps. I'd have to scour this area for more artifacts to uncover the site's exact position, or I could wait until I learn more. Okay, so this is the thing that we know exactly, so we can just go there. The trader Amado has given us a bracelet to trace. Also from Renbas' dig site, we've recovered more shards of iolite crystal as to trace. Was this really Renbas' lost observatory? I could go looking for this site now. No, we will go with what is the clearest thing. Just make this easy on us. Also, it's like most close by. Hello? Sail. Sailing to a moon in Ghost's Wake in Ghost's Wake. It's like automated route descriptions. In 50 meters, your destination is on the right. Either path ahead continues to our destination, mistress. Oh, really, all of them. Just see where we end up. What is your ethical core anyway? What good is it? Evidently it is what stops you from pushing humans off cliffs, mistress. Is that something you want to do? It was simply an example, mistress. Sure. Were it to be convenient for me to do so, my core would prevent me. Okay, it's giving me the prompt to pass control now, so I assume that means there's no more dialogue. Ghost's Wake. The way from here is to unknown waters, mistress. I believe the moon and Ghost's Wake could be in this vicinity. Turn left here to continue searching. Okay. What do you mean left? I have turned right before, but now there's no left. There's like red sky through the clouds. View possible search locations. Okay, so we have some possible locations and we need to just go through all of them. Yeah, I can see. Okay. Do not turn right, mistress. I have no way to turn. What do you mean? The way will lead us out of this area. Okay. Sorry. Okay, here's where we can turn. So we will go left. I'm one of these drivers that looks at the map like every 5 seconds to check. Yeah, so like after this, can we go, if we... After this we should probably also go left, if it's not where we need to go. Huh? Oh? Approach ruin? What is over here? A ruin! It is a ruin from the Empire, mistress.
The robot wasted no time.
Oh, you help us down, right? I found a splintered bracelet of crystal just floating out there. The surface has been decorated with tiny characters. They're impossibly small. This is the start of a fragment of text. So, oh, I went out of the window, sorry. This is definitely a new character. We haven't seen this before at all. Why are you giving me water? There's no water in here. Water. Together. Oui. Is what the French say to mean yes. Let's see, maybe a word that we have more of a handle on. So for this, I feel like die, because I was saying this is live. And we have not, and we have verb. And this works well with... just in withering, it's like plant dies, and it's a verb. So that's wither, and then with the adjective or gerund maker, it's withering. So this... I think it has to die. Oh, that's in 2 places. Okay, yeah, I mean, so then it can only be when. This is forever and will. I think there is a concept here that I haven't extracted, but like time. I don't know what the single dot does, and what this symbol, like at the start of a word, it's making a verb, but at the end, I don't know. When we die together. That would line up with the I'm going the wrong way, am I? I think this originates from the exact side we're after. We must be nearly there. Oh no, I went the right way. This will make the site we're hunting easier to locate. We're sailing normally once more. What do you mean? Oh, this is going quickly. Where am I going? There appears to be a trail in the water. Where am I going? What is like this thing? Is it like an unclear path where water goes? I find it difficult to read this map, but I think left and then it leads us to this. Which way 6? I mean, it's too late. I do not know, mistress. Okay, it's not letting us go in the direction that I wanted. It's flowing the wrong way. But maybe if I can go over this unclear path, that might lead me to this dot. So, like... we just make the big turn to the right. Also, I know, I see you guys are coming in, but you're all very silent today. No one is chatting, or they're just very carefully pondering the enigmas presented to us here. I can respect that. I'm kind of doing the same myself. It would seem we have not been down either of these paths before, mistress. Oh, right now the view can't drop by 1, so... No, I don't think it responds that quickly. Oh? The clouds clear up? Is that it? What we're looking for? Could be. Could be. A moon in Ghost's Wake. A secret place lost within the clouds. Surprisingly luscious.
Of all the sites I travelled to with the robot,
Yeah.
most of them seemed lost, abandoned. But this one felt like it had been hidden.
But it has lights and everything, so there is definitely population. How much further? Dude, you went like 10 steps. The path turns here. What's going on? And she's like, oh, how much further? The lanterns are still burning 6. Are there people here? Or is this like solar technology? There's only one living person on this moon, mistress. You. What do you know? Trees. Lots of them. Growing from fissures in the rock, mistress. The roots will eventually split the slope below us. This whole site will subside. Then we need to document it right now. That's what we're here for. That's worth fighting. Oh, it's wrong movie. Wrong type of media. Waters above. This could have been built yesterday. Plot twist it was. Gate. There's something worked into the stone. Beneath the ivy. Great camera work. This one is several words. What is... No, this doesn't fit with either of these. I don't think I have enough to... This doesn't fit anywhere. Could do... Either of those could be with. Do we have any additional in? No, we don't. It suggests palace, which doesn't help. There's one place where there's we. Like, so this is building. We've already established that. Building and light. What is a light building? Like a power plant? I mean, I could just... Oh, I cannot put this anywhere. I can put this here and then it will be like, oh, I don't know what's going on. That's all I can think of. Let's have a look around before we go in. We can slip around this way, I think. I most certainly cannot. Oh, is that where we lose him? Then wait for me. Mistress, careful now. Don't wait, don't want to slip. There's always a way in. Why is she face palming?
the wind died.
So still. There you are, mistress. Why did you do that? Did you tunnel your way in? There's a hopper eye above the far passageway. I was able to create a line of sight to it and enter via refraction. This is evidently a large site, mistress.
The smell of flowers flooded the misty air.
What kind of place has a hopper instead of a door? palace, mistress. Or a prison. This is no prison. I would have to agree. I wonder who she is. She seems sad. I do not see any inscriptions to tell us. She's weeping and beckoning. I suppose anyone who came here would have known who she was. Like, weeping and beckoning has to be an apology YouTube video. It's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, but also please subscribe. Did this gate ever open? There are no hinges. Oh, smell. I leant over a flower and inhaled deeply. And then I died from the poison. Musk and rose, a perfume garden. What is this place? There's a high diversity in the plants and flowers. I would suggest some kind of botanical garden. What are we estimating for this? Before the age of sail. What is the age? Before the Empire, mercantile civilization spanned the nebula, traveling and transporting goods in enormous ships. I see. The only relics from the ancient time are fragments of writing, but on Iox they believe the distant past will soon become our future. The Nightingale herself must be an Age of Sail ship. She's about the right age, I think. And she's still river-worthy after all this time. Oh, there's lots of dots. What are all these dots? We have rooms that we can go into, but let's look at the tree first. This whole place is incredible. It's perfect. Obviously it is over 1,500 years old. This must have been a stray seed once, nothing more. Now look at it. It'll bring the whole place down in the end. The same fate will eventually overtake this place, mistress. Perhaps we could finish our explorations before that happens. And how reliable is your core? Evidently it is the core of my being, mistress. If it goes, I go. Interesting. That she's so hung up on this core thing. Let's look at the open door. But it's stuck. But then again, the tree has demolished the corridor beyond. The tree is a creature like any other mistress. Slow, but ultimately self-interested. And this one's locked. Or blocked with rubble. You could spend years clearing and restoring a place like this. But what would such an effort achieve? Knowledge. Have you ever thought about knowledge? The ultimate currency for an archaeologist. That and artifacts, which is a more universal currency, admittedly. I want to be thorough when I go through here and not miss any like little crevices like this. There's something under the ivy here. A flame symbol or a wing? That's the eagle and sun. This is an Empire period ruin. About 1,000 years more recent than you thought. Interesting. Okay, so around the time when the brooch was made? An intact Empire Site 6. Everything on Iox was rebuilt after the fall. But this place was never destroyed. We must assume it was never found. But there's also an inscription. And there's another inscription along the edge of the design. I can see live from here. Live, Emperor. I believe you can be confident of your translation of live now. I was. I mean, long live Emperor. That is adjective. Is what I was saying. This, I don't know. Of. Like toward, but with a modifier in it. And then the adjective for that is long. I mean, it's very obvious that this is what it is, but still. Long live Emperor. I wonder what this really tells us about the Empire. Nothing, mistress. Any scribe can lie. Damn. Would have come here. Guests of the Emperor? Family? The actual Emperor? Maintaining this place must have required considerable effort. And so much water. More water than I've ever seen in my life. I believe this is called a river, mistress. I suppose it does look a bit like a river. What is what they usually think of as a river? If this is huge for them, I would advise you to try and sail on it. Oh, I see. Yeah, they have bigger rivers, actually. But space rivers. So I thought you said this place was thousands of years old. I was wrong, mistress. I was guessing. Her face again. I like this face so much. No, I can't imitate that. I'm not good at acting. But I believe the statue is thousands of years old, all the same. Older than the rest of the site, if you like. Oh. But if this is a Holy Empire site, the ancient gods shouldn't be here at all. The gods were torn down, destroyed by the Empire, like the one on Albereth. There are no gods on Iox. Let's see. Mostly worn away, this painting. Almost all worn away. I can't get anything from it. Shit. What do you make of it, Six? There really was a lot of writing here once, mistress. A whole chronicle, perhaps. But I believe some characters can still be seen. The robot is good for something. This one is a fractured piece from an even longer phrase. Impossible. Seen on the freighted frieze. Okay, she's saying impossible, but here I can do it. I can at least try. Although I may contend that this is actually difficult. This is the same character again that we had in Long just before, like. But I don't have a good handle on what it could mean. Circle, I think. There's the same again. This thing I haven't seen before, if I'm not mistaken, and just straight up circle. I'm also not sure. I'm also curious how they actually carved this, because they say it like it's carved instead of applied by paint, and that makes sense with the sheer age of it. Like anything that is painted on after this much time and exposure to the elements like here, I would not assume it to still be around. But these types of characters look difficult to manufacture in carving, especially curved lines. That's a big problem. I think from Egyptian hieroglyphs we have paintings. We have painted characters, but because they are in tombs and such, and that's very well isolated from the elements, and pigments can persist there for a long time. But if you look at Roman carvings, then the letters are very angular, like on that Trajan font, and that's because it was simpler to carve. So I wonder how did they actually do this? Is this part of the lore? I want this to be part of the lore, please. No, we can actually not do anything with this right now. Her instinct was right, but maybe there's something through here. We can get through here. Oh, we just do a little clearing. It looks like a jungle in there. A very warm and moist environment. Why are you looking back? Is that a tree sticking out of the roof? It's amazing this place is still standing. I mean, it speaks for the structural quality. Stuck? Stuck. Why is every door in this place stuck? Or to limit the paths I can take, obviously. So do we turn back now? Go home? There's clearly more to find here. I do not suppose you're genuinely interested in my opinion. Of course not. You're worthless. Maybe there's another way around that we missed. I mean, there's clearly a way I didn't use yet, so obviously. Also the plants grew back somehow. Yeah, there's like this entire path. Oh, but we cannot walk here because river, and she's like mortally terrified of any body of water apparently. What's this? A metal tablet. It looks like it dates from the Holy Empire. The edge has been inscribed too. That looks way easier to transcribe. We have Emperor. Towards. Oh, that might be good. I've done something wrong. Okay. As. Oh, follow. I see. I see, yeah. Instead of towards, we have to do the verb, which is follow. I've fallen silent there for a moment because just the suggestion that this character might be robot, that would be interesting. We have rest, blindly, darkness, see. It's an adjective or perhaps an adverb because of the first character. Person. Okay, we have person, not, verb, and that is light. So I feel like blindly makes sense. And also in the context, obviously. People. I mean, this could just be plural, like we had we. Yeah, we had this character in we. Can I... Hello? Can I... Are you not letting me click on this? Why are you not letting me click on this middle word review? Why can I not click on we? Oh, it's because it's only about figuring out what you don't know yet, I see. But I wanted to see the other words. Anyway. Like noun of multiple people, or of multiple persons. People follow the emperor blindly. But they didn't like the empire. This could be propaganda. Everything falls in the end. I think this originates from the early empire period moon. This should make it easier to find. Can I look at the map? So this thing. I mean, all of these places exist. I wonder how difficult it is to find these places just with brute force. Do we... I think we have everything here that I can think of. Maybe look at the backside of that goddess statue. It's not showing me anything interesting. And I feel like already I hugged the walls here on all of these and tried to find more little bits. Oh, is this some? No. This looked like I may barely be able to fit in there, but no. She is above that. Clearly. I've not been in this crevice, but... I'm not getting anything here besides excellent camera work. I think that's about all we can do here. Can we get out like this? Would be super funny if Six was just stuck in here if he can get out again. But I think I have to leave over here. Hello. They cannot leave over here. But that's why I came in. Ah. This is the bridge we saw from below. Oh, I'm very glad they didn't allow me to leave. Mistress, a warning. I believe the running water has compromised the stonework of the bridge. Maybe I'd better try a different way then. Since what happened when that plank broke on Rembar's dig site. I don't want that happening again. I'm not trying another way. There's no other way. Have you broken a bone, mistress? If your ankle is damaged, you will not be able to jump back. I'm intact. Which is more than can be said for the bridge. I don't think I can jump back. Still breathless. Okay. This wound has plenty of oxygen. Take your time to recover. Wait for me, 6. Mistress. If I cannot reach you, I cannot hobble you to safety. Typical human.
Stone markers huddled together, whispering nasty things about me.
Shrines. Like the one behind the hermitage on the moon near Mariesi. I've got my breath back at least. There are so many of these markers. Marking what? This might have once been inscribed, but it's worn down smooth. Shit. It's so quiet. More than usual. This one's in better condition. Still legibly carved. Yes, gimme. I see die. This one is several words. I see God or holy. Divine light. There could be... No, that's not forever, but it's like... Never. Yeah, because I had the X, so it must be a negation. Divine light never dies. That makes sense. Perhaps if I translate some more, I'll get a clearer picture. 6 might know what to make of all this. But robots can't jump. A stone setting. Either someone was making preparations when this place was abandoned, or the shrine that stood there was removed. I see. Well, it seems clear no one ever lived here. So why go to so much trouble to build all this? As a refuge? Maybe? As an emergency plan? This one isn't carved at all. But there's something inside the niche at the front. A dented copper cup for festive occasions dating from the Auxian Empire? The inside is heavily stained. Must belong to a heavy drinker. No inscription across the base. Something to bother. I guess that this comes from the same place as the tablet I found here before. This will make the site easier to locate. How does this stuff make stuff easier to locate? There are niches in all of these markers. They're empty. Looted? Or left that way? There's like so much crap here. This one's worn smooth. She's touching it like a friend's baby. like the belly of a pregnant friend. That's how she's holding these stone markers. Sail. I don't think I'll be able to translate this. This looks like I don't have enough to go on. No, like all of this back here, I have no confirmed words. I don't know what the logic is in these, because these are just question mark, and I feel like I've seen this before, like live, building or dwelling, and adjective like a homestead, a place of, I don't know. Don't have I have enough to go on here. I mean, I can guess this and then we'll say like, no, that's not enough. Yep. But we have the inscription, and that's the next gate. These ones are just turned away from me. Where's the prompt? Can I please get the prompt for this guy? Nothing on this one. Okay, we'll make a note for this doorway and come back in a bit. I want to explore this room first. There's another one. More markings here. Gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. This looks more doable. This is fractured. Voice. Voice lives. Convince my translation for voices right now. I like your. So this bit could be like just a second person in the grammatical sense. Like, and yeah, that's off. So that's making a possessive pronoun. That could make sense. Sailor, I don't think, because sail had these S-shaped letters in them that are just missing here. So these ones do make sense. Like rock voice lives, I don't know. Your voice lives. That'll do for now. I heard that at least. Assuming I understood you right. Is she talking to the stone marker? Is she going a little bit crazy? I can understand. I mean, for all she knows, she's stranded. This one seems to be made of older stone than the others. Oh, so what is this clamp at the... There's something up here. A hoop of metal. I wonder if there was once one of these on top of the shrine we found in the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. Heavy, but perhaps not as heavy as I had expected. There's symbols inscribed on the inside curve. This is the end of a longer line of text. No, this. Yeah, making I into a noun gives this. It's not exactly the same as like what I'm saying, like noun and verb. I think the verb symbol is pretty spot on, but there's a... It's related concept, but it's not always exactly the same. With? No, isn't this like off? Oh, for. Never mind. What is the other thing that it said here? No good. I'd have to start again and try it a different way. So this is problematic. Okay. Oh, it's like the last letter is... Okay, the last letter is weird and we just discard that because we can't, it belonged to the word before that. Speak. Reveal. What do we have here? I and a verb. So it must be one of these because is doesn't work. I don't think dead. Because we had die, they all had these X and livings and live symbols that are just completely absent here. We have here in here. Silent would work, but it doesn't make sense grammatically because it was fractured on this side, but not here. It's... And this might be significant because I don't have a good hold on this sign currently. We have voice. And this is here, right? We hear a holy thing. That's... No, wait. That's say then. We have this symbol. Speak. I like speak. This is a very small modifier. Say and speak. So it could be like a transitive-intransitive converter, making an intransitive verb into a transitive one. So whereas... no, wait, the other way around. From transitive to intransitive. So say is transitive and speak is intransitive. Right? Say is something, I say something, but I speak is just, it's just what I do. It doesn't have an object. I guess it could have an object. I speak the truth or whatever. I speak for good. But this also has the ear symbol again. Like, although this could also be a negation symbol, and then it would be silent, because this is, I speak for the silent, like, I speak for silent people. I think that's correct. What is this thing? Is this some kind of recording device? If you're sure I've seen something like this before somewhere, we might be able to trace where it's from. If recording device, I'm thinking Roy might be able to do something of this. Smooth. At this point we know what it means to just say smooth. Here's another. This is just the mother load. This is the end, one end of a broken fragment of text. And we have this thing that, yeah, that is your. I was saying before, your. The thing is, this is love, the verb, and this is love, the noun, but I don't have this yet. So she'll probably yell at me if I try to. Your love in, and there's a building. Connecting to life. Let's try this and then it'll... yeah. I think your must be right. And in must be correct too. Oh, we are making headway here. This is fantastic. Your beloved. Oh, that's good. This was also related to like life. Do we have other symbols? Hello, rabbit. I didn't see what you said. So this is the life symbol then. But this is also like a life symbol. What do you think of this game? I like it. I have no understanding of how far along I am. I think when Kalomaifi played it, took her like several months of like, or at least a month of like 1 or 2 streams a week. And it's the 3rd time for me right now. I have no feeling. I have no feeling where I am right now, but I'm learning a lot of words, so that's nice. Yeah, this is the new word. This is like building. And it must be something like life, but also there's this symbol that has an adjacent meaning, because this is like not life, and then that's die, and then that leads to withering, because it's a plant that does the dying. Anyway, let's see. And I also had these 2 lines. Yeah, link. Yes. A place linked to life. I mean, that's a garden. That makes sense. Especially because this could be like animal or plant life. And the other symbol, the wave with the angle on it, could be like human life or intelligent life, maybe more broadly. Your beloved in garden. Some kind of blessing. A stone of protection, perhaps. So we have... They don't look very safe anymore. Well, do we want to break more legs today? But we have a path over here. This one's set apart from the others, and it's inscribed. That's what we love to see. It's one is a phrase run together. But we have sail. Will sail. This is like, yeah, this is I. I will sail. Yeah. I'm sure of sail as well. Yeah, we are sailing through this. Sorry. We have and as the core meaning. And I mean, just to make explicit something that I've been kind of implicitly relying on, this seems to be a head-first language, where, tail first, sorry. Or head, is it tail first or head last? Where the core of the word, like the stem, is always at the end, which is unlike what it's in English. In English, usually you put something at the end to modify something. So, for example, if you have the word hear, it could be then turned to he hears or she heard, but it's modifying at the end. And here it's usually that the core is at the back and it's modifying in front. Also, went out of the window again in excitement. Thank you for following. I presume you are perusing the category, and that's what brought you here. So we have and as the core meaning. This dot that I don't really have a grasp on it. It seems like to be just some sort of particle to make pieces work together grammatically, or maybe just a connective sound. This twirly that I've seen a bunch. Wasn't it like, no. We have this comma here. That's the same comma that we had in speak just before. But yeah, my mind is going to again, because again aligns most closely with and as the core meaning. So that's nice. Oh, this is okay. This is just the loop. So their religious concept of going around and repeating itself, and that makes sense why it's in forever, or why this with an X makes never, because it's in no loop will this ever occur, so that makes sense for never. And will is verb, but then also loop. I think I have a vibe, but I don't have a structured explanation for it yet. I will sail again. A sailor's motto. Sounds more like the words of a child. It's nice to be away from the robot for a change. But by the waters, the air must be getting thinner. Okay. Should I be worried? For this game we may have similar interests.
The wind was strong up here. It wanted to grab you by the waist and chuck you down the cliff.
Empress must have stood here gazing across the nebula, tracing every stream like the lines on the palm. How much more of the nebulas like this? Must translate inscriptions. The stone isn't worn so much up here. Okay, what pinched us? Or... oh, was it electricity? Some kind of static charge? But it's a rock, isn't it? Insert the figurine. I wonder... now what? Nothing. A pity. I feel like that should have done something. I see you've played this Outer Wilds tuning satisfactory in another game I don't know. I presume that means you're looking at my YouTube right now. If you look at the YouTube links to a second channel, the main channel is Xyrill Plays, the second channel is Xyrill Has Played, that has more recent VODs. I split it up for, yeah, just consistent programming and whatever. But I think the most regular viewers on Twitch on my channel came from Outer Wilds, which, given this game, I guess shouldn't be surprising. But that's like... Okay. Ouch. Definitely still charged. And I should stop touching it, whatever that was. I also realized Outer Wilds wasn't that list. Yeah, okay. Place the metal hoop. Let's see if we have any more luck with this. Touch again. How about now? Aha. Huh? Huh? And then? What the shit? Have I been asleep? It spoke with the voice of a child. That's right, you've been asleep. Don't be scared. Everything will be alright. I can't see you. It's so very dark. Why can't I see you? Tell me where you think you are. The orangery, of course. Where's Alpha? She screamed. Who's Alpha? My wife in waiting. She should be here. I can't feel my legs. Tell me your name. I want to ask about the observatory, but you don't know my name? I will have you killed. My apologies. I forgive you. It is not your fault that you are ignorant. Was there an explosion? I can hear, but I can't see. My brother was to take me to the Withering Palace. What is the Withering Palace? Where is it? The Palace of Mechanicals. You would not understand. Have I been asleep? Oh, it's gone. Take the figurine back then. I'll be careful with you, I promise. Okay, so this figurine is valuable and we don't give it away. Take this thing back to Albrecht and show Roy. She might be able to explain what it is. I mean, we have to go back to Roy anyway for that crystal. Touch the marker? Nothing. Just a rock. No inscriptions? Don't know what I'm hoping for here. Nothing. This one's a rock, just like the others. Also, there's a socket. But she doesn't find that remarkable, evidently. I also realize I'm saying evidently a whole lot. That's my word of the month for this game, I guess. Mistress! There you are, Mistress! Oh god. I was able to manipulate the hopper once more to cross the broken bridge. In other words, here I am. That's great. 6. I spoke to a ghost. I put this hoop I found on a plinth, buzzing with static, and a face appeared. It spoke to me, curious. What did it say? It mentioned a place called the Withering Palace. I've not heard that name before, Mistress, and yet... What? The name fills me with dread. Time to go, Mistress? No! I have an entire room that is not yet explored. What do you make of the narrative? There's so much talking. But how did it happen? What actually is this metal hoop thing? Obviously a storage. Did you not recognize the hoop immediately, Mistress? I have one. Evidently it is a robot neck. Removed and repurposed, most macabre. A neck? Certainly. It contains the projector, perhaps also the sequencer for the core. If you will, it brings the recorded soul to life. The neck animated the core that was stuck inside that figurine. The child you spoke to is not stuck anywhere, mistress. Evidently it is merely a recording. But an interactive one, like this game. Perhaps there were metal hoops on all these shrines originally. They must have been looted if they were valuable. They're valuable. Before I go along, what do you make of the narrative? I feel like I'm not very qualified to make value judgments or just judgments in general on narrative. I'm very bad at this. I'm an engineer. The shrine outside the hermitage where Renba died. It was just like these, I suppose. And just like these, it had run out of power. That seems likely, mistress. I mean, if anything, the first thing that comes to mind for me when I ponder a question like this is just the technical qualities of it. Making it so interactive and variable. This whole place, 6, it must have once been filled with voices like hers. It had atop every shrine, all talking, arguing, laughing. This place was a haven. And now you could hear a pebble drop. Would have expected something grander for an emperor. A tomb, a mausoleum. These graves are so small. These are not public graves, mistress. There was no one here to impress. That is true. There's a sundial. The gardens here are quite remarkable, but the graves are surprisingly simple. No great tombs or mausoleums. I'm not going across that, mistress. The odds of collapse are enormous. I strongly suggest we use the hopper to return to the ship. Off you go then. Your ethical core won't let you leave me. You're stuck with me. So come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. What I mean is, I'm curious how you interpret what's happening in this story. It feels like still... okay, this place is a graveyard connected to the Empire. A graveyard of emperors, perhaps. There's always something to read here, I'm sorry. What is this world? What are the statues? Like with the language, I feel I'm getting a hold of it. But it's like, okay, pause. With the language, I feel like I'm starting to get a hold on some things. Like I'm recognizing symbols pertaining to certain meanings. I'm recognizing some words. The narrative is still in this phase where it just opens up in all directions, or at least it feels like it. Which relates back to this point that I made before about not knowing where I am in the story. I still seem to be very much in the starting portion of it. Because it's just more threads dangling everywhere every minute instead of things being tied together and making a nice bow and stuff. So, yeah, what is happening in the story? I had this idea just now that the robots are all the people from the... Which era? The one before the Empire. No, was it the Empire? Yeah. No, the robots are... Timeline. The ancient time. That all the robots, supposedly, 6 is buried on Iox at the end of the Age of Sail. I cannot focus on this, but there it is. Question mark. Alongside a whole cohort of robots buried and inlaid into concrete. Though that would suggest that they hail from the Age of Sail, but I don't know why I think that... Like mercantile civilization doesn't scream like technologically highly advanced. That sounds, and maybe that's just me imposing my own cultural history on this narrative, but this sounds more like medieval spice trade or something like that. They are technically competent when it comes to building ships and such, but not necessarily like highly sophisticated technology or whatever. So, and because we know so little about the ancient time, I suppose that's where the robots come from. And I had this thought that the robots are actually like brain imprints or recordings or whatever from the ancient era. And then someone put this ethical core on them to like drown out all these memories that then, with certain trigger words, can be brought back. But who would do that? Who would have the means and the motive to do that? But anyway, that's just speculation. I'm calling it right now, just to be safe. But no. Mistress, I must complain at your decision to go off alone without any way to detect your well-being. I was very close to leaving the moon. You were running away? Your ethical core wouldn't let you leave me. Mistress, you do not understand how my core functions. So? My core is statistical. It works on probabilities. If the probability is that you are already dead or cannot be saved, then I fear it holds no obligation over me. Oh, you fear that, huh? That doesn't sound very ethical to me. Sounds much more Vulcan. I confess it is a pragmatic design, mistress. We'll get that ethical core removed one of these days. My friend O'Roy could do it. With respect, mistress. I'm certain she could not. Okay. Let's see about that sundial thing. Or maybe a foundation for a telescope. This one is several words. We get a lot of options here. Yeah, it's a sundial. And having all these words seems to be helping us. We have rivers. Yeah, we have the winds of water. Or like, no, colon is not water, is not off, like I was saying just now. We have lightning here. Let's see, when. Never looks good. But isn't this like this? Can this symbol be at the end of a word instead of the beginning? Yeah, no, this should rather be... Okay, I have this as an option, so okay, cool. I believe you're correct with... Why are you so angry about this? Why is he fuming over my translation? Should? Question mark. But this is... Was this like a fragment? I don't remember. River, never. Break would be nice. So like... Fire and link. Also this. Yeah, this is place, definitely. Because I said here building, and this is like making it into a physical object, this combination of words, like we had with light and water and stuff. They all turn... I keep going out of the window with my mouse, sorry. Rivers never... Oh, I'm seeing break as an alternative of sever. And that makes sense with link. May rivers never sever this place. Let's see what she thinks of it. Oh, break. Didn't she have some... Okay, we're going in. Cool.
The air inside the glass house was damp. It smelt like fruit and warm water.
Sounds about right. Mayari assigned you to keep me safe, so I'm relying on you and your ethical core to do that. My ethical core cannot keep you safe, mistress. It merely limits my ability to harm you. Limits? Were you hoping to cause me harm? Of course not. But I can, for instance, knock you unconscious before you jump into a crevasse. The tree. It's even bigger close up. Reminds me of the tree of knowledge on Iox. Just wait, mistress. Thank you, that's very reassuring. Indeed, mistress. What is he... Where is he going? What is he doing? Did he find something? So what is this red light here? That's just the lamp, okay. This is quite a collection, mistress. These plants must have once been assembled. It's very beautiful. But there's nothing really in here. Like, can these plants please grow some kind of inscription? Like, maybe genetically engineered? Still flowing. After all this time, I would have thought it would be clogged with moss and dirt. We had similar water screens like this on Iox. Evidently, it is constantly being washed by the water mistress. Well, if that is so, then why does the sink in my kitchen look like this after a few weeks? The tree is the same as the one from Iox mistress. This tree looks smaller to me. Maybe there's light here? Or this tree is a cutting of the one from Iox. But that said, I believe you are mistaken. About what? About what? The air is warm. Okay, shove the door. Just hope my shoulder doesn't go straight through. Oh, that's all way back. I see. So we don't have to cross that bridge again. Okay. Come on. I want to check if I forgot anything here. There ought to be some overgrown inscription here. Come on. Papa needs some new words. Definitely a garden. This chamber was some form of arboretum. There are traces of a wide variety of plants here. What happened to them? The inevitable process of settling. Those most suited to this place survived. Those that were fragile here died. Like you. This will lead us back to the graveyard. I know. I've never heard of an Empire period graveyard before. The Holy Empire was founded on a belief of rebirth. They believed in the loop. Graveyards were unnecessary. Perhaps some did not believe in the loop. Humans I've observed are fickle. I mean, yeah. But we have lots of fickle humans that don't really believe in rebirth in our world. I will remain until you return. Did I... Does this give? Locked. Or stuck, maybe. Maybe we can just get in on the other side. But I think I should have gotten everything here. I believe I was quite thorough here. Just not sure about that water screen. And also this statue in the middle here. Did we have a look at this? Does it let us? Doesn't have any... Doesn't have any good... doesn't have any prompts anywhere. This thing? No. No. Alright, then I think we're actually properly done here. And we can head to the ship. It's already been 2 hours. It's so crazy. I mean, that's always a good sign when I'm playing for 2 hours and it feels like it was an hour or 30 minutes. That's indication that it is properly immersive. Mistress, I'm most relieved to be within reach of you once more. Yeah, that sounds like you. So do we have to go back to the entrance in order to hop up back? It didn't give me a prompt last time. What are those colorful flapping things? They appear to be everywhere, but only inside this chamber. Butterfly sticks. Some people on Iox collect them and pin them to boards. I think they look better in motion. Let's go. I like how this closes up at the end. It's like, okay, how does this work? We have plus minus, we have inscriptions. We have unsolved. So what happens if I click one of these? If I do translate? No, that's okay. Where are those that are just where we don't even have the words yet? I would like to see if some of them like just from the earliest oh my god, are there really that much? Holy shit. Emperor Spanish levels. Now I'm thinking, are these good translations? Rebels. I've never... It says robots here. And I haven't seen these characters somewhere else. Right, it could be like person but an automaton. I don't know what this is. Spanish. It's like, see, I really want to see like a dictionary of words that I've translated, but where is this? Do I have anything like this? I have all inscriptions solved in... What happened? Or was it because I clicked out? But like I want to see... Learn the ancient word for us. Okay, so that's a specific event, evidently. Curious. Mayari gave me a brooch. And I didn't see that before. Oh, that's like because it's all inscriptions and solved inscriptions. Okay. I don't have a lot of solved inscriptions. That's kind of crazy given the amount of words I've figured out. I want to see like the solvable. Let's see what solvable is. Sky prays for light. The sky prays for light. Okay. Empress. Okay, solvable just means we see it once again and it's okay, cool, this really is it. We just click it through. I mean, let's just quickly do this. Pray for love. Not sure what the value of this really is. Wind and sky. Divine light never dies. That we just had. So we have... Yeah, we have only solved and unsolved now. So solvable just means we have all the words already. Right, that was what I just had. Never mind. Purple robe. We pilgrims pray. But that is definitely pilgrims. It has holy and place. And a person, yeah, a person doing the thing, the going to the place. And it's also like the same as sail. So like move toward, something like this. So that is just clear to me. And I don't know why it's not clear to the game. What does link us? What? Yeah, no, that's all nonsense. Like, okay, divide, I guess makes sense. But yeah, it's like the place linking to plant life. And that makes sense. No, I don't think this is really productive. Let's just go back. Where was this hoop made, I wonder? Unclear, mistress. But we may be able to locate its origin. Where would that be? But the real question is the Withering Palace. The voice in the statue mentioned it. The voice told you something? Most interesting. If this place is a graveyard, what does that make you, goddess? I've got it. She's a death goddess, welcoming people to the afterlife. And she's much older than everything else. That would work with the theory of these robots being like mental transcriptions or something like that. That it's their way of the afterlife. Why is the goddess covering her eye? The robot said he can only hear, not see. Maybe you can't hop her to death. You have to walk. I mean, that's also cool. Yeah, let's go back to the ship. Very good, mistress. We have found 3 ancient artifacts here. The curators and Iox will be pleased. Be ready, mistress. And so we left the surface of the Emperor's secret garden. Cool. I want to, before we go to Iox, I definitely want to talk to Roy about this hoop. If you can do this with something with this, and also see if she translated or figured something out about the crystal. Aboard the Nightingale, press any key to continue. I don't have an any key. A curious place, mistress. So much water. If we could ship it, you would be very rich. Could make Elbereth bloom. Maybe I could tell someone about the place. I'm going to rest 6. Very good, mistress. Where shall I take her? Back to Iox, perhaps? Back to Elbereth. Yes, mistress. And I promise I'll do a very quick check with Oroy, and then I want to see if we can locate the other sites now. Yeah, the robot neck. Stop complaining, 6. I've left the dagger behind on the ship. Don't want to get to Baras again. Excellent. Set Bujaki Refa. Kibenya. Any Hula Salit Katiliti. Don't think I'm reading this correctly, but whatever. Some people have something painted on their eyes, and I don't know what that is supposed to be. Will the trade in people end one day, mistress? Slaves always overthrow their masters in the end. Or Shadow? They never stop trying. There's only one fact that matters. Nothing stays the same, 6. Nothing. But enough of this place. Were the statue on Mercy and the one here made in the same place? Based on their middle coincidence, it's quite possible, mistress. I will consider the matter. Is this like the computer in Star Trek where you say it like, okay, research this question and it can tell you exactly, okay, I need 7.5 hours. And you're like, okay, great. Go to bed. You can see why anyone would waste the statue in Elbereth. Perhaps to remind the citizens of higher powers, but mistress. I feel like I'm starting to stumble on my words. Is it always 2 rings with her?
I heard a sound like someone dropping a bag of rice. Or falling out of bed.
I see. I was scared for a second. Alea, I thought it was you. The bit of crystal you gave me? Uh-huh. I can see why you gave it to me. Where did you find it? It was dug up from a crashed ship on a moon near here. So it's old? That explains a few things. You see, the crystal, it has a certain kind of charge to it. It's running out but not gone yet. What kind of charge? I have no idea. But it's something to do with gravity. There's less gravity in the crystal than there should be. It's like picking up a block of ice. Is it any use? I don't see why not. I'll take care of this now. Good, very good. If you find any more, you know where I am. Yes, you are in front of me, and I found a strange metal hoop. A hologram came out of it. Let me see. I recognized it immediately, of course, but I won't do anything without a core. I need something to project. Last thing I noticed is it's badly made. Robots are beautifully, delicately crafted machines. This is an Empire period copy. You told me there was a... Wait, Empire period copy of robots that were made before. So either in the Age of Sail or the Ancient Time. And you know I'm leaning towards Ancient Time, but based entirely on hunch. You told me there was a thing I could put in my arm to open the Albereth gate. What does open mean in that sense? What was that about? A Rebesque foil. Nothing much, just enough for the gate to recognize you. How's the shop working out? Not getting any better. Have fun on the rivers, Alea. What does it mean, like, open the gate? I'm already coming in through the gate. I don't understand. Do we need one of these foils to open another gate later? And we can make a note of it. Although, and this is kind of the problem with my current once-a-week schedule, that appears to have arisen out of sheer necessity. Perhaps we should return to the ship now, mistress. Yes. Do it! Stand by, mistress. And so we left the surface of Albereth. That's the problem with me just streaming once a week, is that I forget a lot of things between play sessions. And very often it just starts with me actually just having to remember what happened last time. Like, I mean, I have some notes, so that's good. So we have this done, we have this done. Yeah, I don't want to go to Iox necessarily. Let's do a sail. I will prepare the sheets, mistress. Not like this. I don't know what I'm going for with this. Age of Sail site. Wait, there's more unexplored ruins. Could this be it? The problem is no, this should work out relatively well. Like, we can go around here to this area and then up here to these other places. Yeah, let's do this first. Hello? Where did it go? Ruin? Unexplored ruin? Plot course? What? Are we just forgetting about these now? Cool. Memory had emerged from deep within Six's core. Was it, as Mayari hoped, to lead on the Faller's moon, where the invasion of Iox had begun? In the ancient recordings that Goddess Figurine had spoken. She told us about there were robots here. Not only that, but Six believed the metal hoop from the graveyard was from here. Also, we had heard curious stories about and found artifacts from the same place, but what the site might have once been, I still have no idea. I could find this site now. How are we going there? It's like significantly off the map. Like the only path that we have at all that goes in there is like this thing. This comes out. I mean, try and plot a course. Okay, they just assume there's a path here. Cool. Let's do it. Eagle's Pass, sailing to the Withering Palace in the Withering Ways via Ioxian space. Let's go. Okay. It's leading me left, apparently. I could sail forever. I mean, with the way these paths loop, you probably can. Interesting, mistress. Could you sail forever, or would you run out of sky? I like how I sweep my sail just seconds before the arrow appears and it's pointing in the other direction than I'd anticipated. Oh well.
They say on Elbereth, if you sail too far, you'll meet yourself coming back. But I've sailed plenty far, and I still don't know who I'm supposed to be.
6. If this side we're going to is where the fall began, it's not going to be overrun with murderers, isn't it? Is it? I have no idea, mistress. Well, if that's where the fall begins and it's all cyclical, maybe we are the murderers. Professor Mayari appears to believe that events in the past repeat themselves. No one knows how the Fallers got to Iox. 6. What if they came aboard the Nightingale and this is us picking them up? See what I said? Please, mistress. That is overly fanciful. So how far along are we? Okay, we are still in known territory. I'm tempted to pass control, but also I want to see how the area changes. So for example, Verdant Pass is a very nice area. Very pretty. I like these vistas. I was thinking they would make good YouTube thumbnails, but it's not very recognizable. This is one of these games where I'm having trouble with the thumbnails, because most of it is just Aaliyah standing there, maybe 6 next to her, and her making one of her generic faces. It's not very distinct. Like Night in the Woods, I had lots of fun making the thumbnails. Very good thumbnail material because of the art style and such. Is it possible to alter gravity itself? Well, evidently it is. The way Oroi said. I mean, maybe that's what they use to make these weird flows. Indeed it is, mistress. In fact, it is necessary. Where are we now? Yeah, that's Verdant passes some... No, it's like over here somewhere. But it's shifting a bit greener now. When you said necessary, what did you mean by that? The strength of gravity between two objects is a known quantity, mistress. Evidently, it is based on the separation of the masses and the masses of those objects. Okay, so they're figuring out Newton's gravitational law, or it is known in this area. But most moons in the nebula are thin sheets of rock. They do not have enough mass to exert the gravity that they do. Wait, what? Is this common knowledge, or something within the rock must therefore increase the gravity? Is this something that Six figured out, or... But momentum cannot simply be created. Therefore, an increased gravity in one location must be countered by a lessening elsewhere. The crystals. Including the ones Renbar found in the hatch of that buried ship. They do not reduce gravity. They just receive non-gravity? Rather, they have been induced to contain an absence of it. Vicinity of Withering Palace. My findings indicate the Withering Palace is somewhere here. Okay, view possible search locations. And we have one right up ahead that we're heading towards anyway. But if we do like left and right, we're coming up straight on it. The site must be hidden amongst these clouds, Mistress. This is a region of minor flow once more, Mistress. I feel like we're sailing through a cloud. Oh, there's something. There's something. In effect, Mistress, we are. The particles we can see are ice particles. Okay, they might need to finish this dialogue before they do the ruin. Suspended in what is left of the river here. A ruin! I would guess it dates from the Empire, Mistress. It should only take a few moments, Mistress. I recovered a silver nose stud resembling a tree. It must have come from somewhere close to here. Look there. It's small, but there's an eagle and sun motif. Around the inside surface there are some inscribed small symbols, Mistress. The precision required for this. There's a few words in this one. Will. We have this as a... So this could just be loop. Because I'm already said that this character would be loop, and this is like physical object. This noun thing and this thing. Tell. Us. Loop will tell us. Time. 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 Time will tell us. Like all in the sense of everything? I mean, the other things don't make sense, obviously. Time will tell us all. I'd say this was made on the place we were looking for. It must be close by. Okay, we cut out a chunk of the area. This should make the exact spot we're currently looking for easier to find. We're no longer within our search zone. Okay, but now we're inside the search zone again. We're back within our search zone. We stepped out with half of a feet. But... Oh, we just... Okay. Feels good to be back on a real river again. Jeez. This is the temperamental river. Ooh. Might I suggest turning right? You might. This is a region of less flow. Okay, so we should do some rights, and this will lead us to this place. So funny how she's saying, oh, it's so good to be on a river, and he's like immediately, nope. The sparkles appear to be settled by our passing, Mistress. We are sweeping them away as we sail. Timur is always calling me a cleaner. Maybe that's what he means. This is a very particular kind of cleaning, mistress. Yeah, it's like I'm sorting the files on my PC when I should just be vacuuming. That's kind of the same thing. Or I'm taking a podcast recording and cleaning up all the and like drinking noises. That's a kind of cleaning too. Oh yeah, we're coming up on it. Cool. So let's just... We have a place. So which way do we go? I mean, evidently to this place. I believe there's a very gentle force here. Just enough to sail. It may lead somewhere, it may not. It's like death! There's something here. We will need to hop it down, mistress. How long did it take you to see this? The Withering Palace. This is the place the holographic had mentioned. How can there be a palace here? Let's see about this, and I believe this will be the last location we explore today, given that it's 10 PM already. At some point I need to sit down.
We hoppered down into a narrow, rocky canyon. Waves of dust made it impossible to breathe.
Mistress? The air, it's getting to me.
This was the worst one yet.
You should not talk, mistress. The dust will get into your throat. We best keep moving. What did he just say? This place is... This place is horrible. Why would the hologram girl have wanted to come here? Why would anyone? It's indeed horrible. But I told you not to talk. Maybe I'll just leave it at that to keep my stamina bar in check.
My head was spinning.
Mistress, the lack of atmosphere in this moon is taking its toll on you. Fine. Using the fewest words possible. Pursue. For now, mistress. Wait. Why is my health okay again? Talk when I like or what? How long can I last out here? It seems quite apparent you have 2 minutes without shelter. After that your lungs will begin to struggle. Let's hope there's a palace here with walls. Yes, mistress. Nonetheless, opening your mouth will cause you hurt, mistress. I find it annoying how much he says mistress, 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 mistress. Keep your eyes peeled, 6. Let's find what this place has to offer quickly. Excellent idea, mistress. The channel seems to get narrower. But there's no way to know if it leads anywhere at all. If there's no shelter, I fear you will not make it back. You can help me out, can't you? The hopper will work through this dust? It should. It depends. What do you mean it depends? Depends on what? The shininess of the dust, mistress. Every shiny dust mote reflects a bit of the hopper signal. A little bit of your being.
Then we rounded a corner in the rock. And we saw it.
It's just like the one in the Emperor's secret garden. Although this moon couldn't be more different. Well done, mistress. Of course, I never doubted it would be here. Oh, this place is worth it. Who knows? But it is certainly a find. The ruins will provide a wind shadow, mistress. You are safe. Excellent. Wait, there's inscription. I want inscription first. Where's the prompt for that? Oh! We've seen this kind of gate before, in the Garden of the Emperors. The site must be from a similar period, just as we were expecting. On the top of the gate, symbols embossed into the metal. Ancient. Oh, we're getting some longer ones. What the shit? Can I scroll through this? Okay, I need to put the cursor on the side, which is terrible because that runs the risk of accidentally going out of the... Okay, place. I can see place. That's the only place. May. We have May. Die. This place. I'm not sure about this being the correct word boundary because this symbol is now on its own and that's like... No, this is dead. This is not die. Let's take this away. Very carefully scroll this. We have love. Hello? Love. Present. Can I grab this, please? Thank you. This is like light something in. We need to have something to break up these two words here because, so, I already said, this is dead. Right, this is die, but dead. But it doesn't make... It's not like the dead. But I suppose... I don't think this is correct, but I'll put it in anyway, and it can complain if it doesn't like it. But I don't have anything for this kind of thing. In doesn't fit in here anywhere. Is there anything I can put in? This? No. 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 No, 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 no. Presents. Oh, presents, okay. Oh, with. With. But we have two options for with. Let's do this and see. It doesn't trigger anything. And this not either. I mean, I think we just have to mash it and then it will complain that it doesn't work. Yeah. Get that then. Does in this place die may with presents love makes sense? This can't be another graveyard. Was this a hospital? Safely away from everyone else? Did the hologram child die here after all? Let's see what we find inside.
We stepped through the ancient gate. The wind outside dropped to a hollow moan.
I can see books. I really hope we don't have to go back through the storm. I'm unsure I could even allow you to try, mistress. But why would the hologram I saw in the graveyard have wanted to come here? I don't understand it. Did this ever open? Perhaps mistress. But I do not think it will open now. Wait. There's some kind of courtyard beyond. I can't make it out. Let's see what we have here.
The room was filled with rows and rows of books.
Excellent. So is this a library? A palace of knowledge? Withering as paper withers? Perhaps mistress. It's an interesting theory. Seems a bit of a stretch, however. The book. There's ancient here, lots of it. This is the end of a longer line of text. I can see and, obviously. Palaces. See, this is this word from before that... This doesn't feel right. What was the circle symbol? Oh, Emperor. Okay, okay. My translation Rebels has to be wrong. As I was saying just before. As I was saying before. And I think that's the first time I actually got a translation incorrect. Which, I'm fine with that. That was like the second or third inscription that I found at all. Emperor's rule. Yeah, banished. This is the sentence that I meant. Let me see. This was the last place I saw that word. Buried. Buried. Place. Like life, but not human life. And does not flow. Yeah, so life does not flow. That could mean it's a corpse in a place it was possibly commanded. That was what this very stretchy 6 could mean, because we saw it in this other word just now. Not to work out what the other words mean. What are our hypotheses here? Obey. Obeyed. Wait, what is this? Our options here are obey, glow, open, return. So we only have obey and return here, and obey is shifted into the past tense here. And I think that's something that I can write down, that this quotation mark and the stretchy 6 and colon is past tense. And we saw the same thing in, where was it? In this. Where we also have a past tense. Buried makes way more sense, just because of location. Empress ordered and robots obeyed. Yeah, I'm done with that. I could still change my mind, but Emperor ordered and robots obeyed. But I thought there weren't any robots in the Empire. This suggests otherwise. The recording I met in the graveyard said there were robots there. But that doesn't make sense. Not with all these steps. Oh, there's so much scattered papers. So there's several words. Pilgrim. Pilgrim. Holy Pilgrim. And do I have... I would like to have an and, please. Thank you. And death. It's a long one, but I'm confident it says pilgrim. Yes. But those aren't the symbols for death at all. What? Wait. Now I would like to see... I'm so frustrated with the navigation tools in this thing. Like, now I would like to see the other sentences with this word. Right? I would like to look up, I would like to select one of these characters and see all the words that are in there, and not just hope that it just randomly shows up in beloved. Oh, this is love. And then it's a person that I don't love, so it's stranger. Oh yeah, it can't be deaf if it has person in the front, obviously. So this coat hanger thing and a dot means person modifier. Very clearly. That's also something we can just remember. And I'm drawing it very badly and my pen is giving me trouble. Okay, holy person and angry stranger. Holy pilgrim and angry stranger. That'll do for now. If only we could read the whole volume. Just imagine there's like just an entire book and it's like, okay, here's 20 million words. Have fun. This place doesn't seem grand enough to be a palace. There are no ornamental domes, no gardens. There must be more to this place, but what? We have books. Huang would love this place. If he could make it through the dust. I'm certain he could not. The Chronicles of Mazwai. It's the book Huang is always reading. There's something in the order of 600 copies of Mazwai and Iox Mistress. This one is not from Iox. What do you mean? This copy of Mazwai must be close to original. One would love it. Give copy of Mazwai book to Huang. Another book. The ink on this one has run. Oh, I'm seeing robots. There's a few words in this one. I'm seeing robots. There. Love of robots. All. I give up. Going to have to come back to this later. Fuck this shit. The hologram I saw in the graveyard said she had a place here alongside the mechanicals. That's what she said. But all I see are books and dusty stones. Try the door. Of course. Stuck fast. I believe the wood has warped in the frame, mistress. Pry the door with the iron poker. Anything here we can use as a battering ram? You may not remember, mistress, but I cannot pick anything up. Let's try this. There, open. But I snapped the copper dagger. It's all good if we get inscriptions out of this. If there were robots here, they must have been restricted to the rear of this place. There's no logical reason to restrict a robot, mistress. Ha. Description. Going ballistic for this one. Your times. I don't think I vibe with times. The translation times can't be correct anymore. I was just saying, this is light, so there's like, it's like a stem has something to do with light, or maybe shine, or something like this, or see, right? This could be see, like visual, to see visually, and turning into a physical object makes it light. Turning into a person is like a person that sees, and turning this into a noun is eyes. Close your eyes because it has a negation. So the path to seeing but not. Just close your eyes. What does that mean? I mean, if this is the place where you go to the afterlife, makes sense that you would close your eyes. Also, the child remarked about not being able to see. Where's all the dust outside coming from anyway? That is an excellent question, Mistress. It has considerable velocity. Do we... makeshift ramp? Oh, there's some breach in the wall. Does the dust hurt you at all? My workings are well protected, Mistress. I hope that does not disappoint you. Stuck fast. Can I break more priceless artifacts trying to get in? Oh, that is the painting we saw. A mural. Similar to the one we saw in the Emperor's Secret Garden. Perhaps this one is slightly older, even more worn. A line of figures, some stopped, some stooped, some young, gathered together, then falling. A bright light. That's all I can make out. Interesting. Camel's teeth. There's no floor out here. Okay. So we cannot go along this path. There was a staircase in the other room. It was just the camera shifting. Mistress, I do not wish to alarm you, but I'm sure I heard something moving nearby. Excuse you? There's some kind of plaza back here. Lined with statues. Wait, can we pick up this thread? They look like pieces laid out for a game. Can we pick up this thread of there was someone moving, and then it gave me a prompt to reply, and I immediately walked into the next room and it went away. Mistress, please do not plummet anywhere. Yeah, she's trying to... What was that prompt? Another few lines. So we need to be thorough. This is one end of a faded fragment of text. Tells. Source. This source tells us the problem is us. I think that can't be the ancient for source. Yeah, no, I was very confused that I saw this word source. What is the hook symbol? We have bless. I'm quite certain it's not loop, because loop, I think, is the two circles set in each other and touching at the top. Freedom? But this freedom tells us that does make sense. Maybe book. This last word doesn't look like anything I've seen before. It's true. Oh, it's just like related words? No. I am confused at this sentence. How's this supposed to be grammatical? Tells us, do us. Tells us who us. This might be like an actual question mark. Which would be a weird coincidence to have such a similar symbol in a... Also, it's not touching at the top, it's at the bottom. Like us are us. It's not like toys are us. This loop tells us who us. Oh, it's like us can also mean we. This book tells us who we are. I don't know. Oh, it goes even higher. You can see them all.
A circle of stone gods, staring each other down. Each one daring the others to blink first.
6 of them. 1 I know, but 5 I don't. Timur always told me there were 7 ancient gods. Though where he got that from, I have no idea. Oh. There's something here. Almost completely buried. A brass telescope dating from the age of sail. With an inscription on the casing. There's that new character again. Die. Blessing. Hello, can I please grab this? No good, I'd have to start again and try it a different way. You don't... Okay. You don't like dies. Yeah, that must be a bigger word. It's noun of not live, but what was this wavy thing? I don't remember. I've done something wrong. We also don't like... Well, at this point... Is... Aha, okay. Okay. I think is must be right. That was a quick confirmation. That's a lot of this, but I'm sure it reads as blessing. This I've seen... Have I not seen this before? Oh, it's in... Yeah, air... Air would make sense. Place... Yeah, place of... place of airs. Although... Since this is light, stars. Yeah, stars makes sense. In stars is blessing. Like, dye, and we know this is dye, and we have water. So, yeah, like, not living because of water. The other ones don't make sense with the information that we have. Drown in stars is blessing. I'd say that this comes from the same place as the coin and the blade fragment that I acquired on Alboreth. People must have regularly visited both the two places. This should make its location easier to find. Right, so we have... It would be the location down here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's the same I know enough to find the site. That's cool. We are making progress on exploration here. And speaking of exploration, there's a third floor. Oh, well, second floor if you start counting from ground floor. Table set for a meeting. Looks like it ended in an argument. Could have been moments ago. The Eagle and Sun. That dates the site beautifully. Oh, there, yeah, on the table there. I see. What are they all looking at? Yeah, it looks like some sort of Colosseum. I was going to say bloodstains, but those are plants or bushes. Or possibly just rocks like those over there. Oh, Six is down there just trying to follow me and not being able to figure it out. Something wedged in the stone. A silver sailor's knife. It looks like something from at latest the early Empire. No inscription. So I think this is from a totally different site than the telescope or the Chronicles of Mars where I found before. In fact, I don't think I've seen anything quite like this knife before. That suggests it must come from a site that's entirely new from me. Do not give away silver knife. That's what I'm writing down. New location. So we need to figure this out before we trade it for something else. And there's a stairs leading down this side. But that's where the path is broken. Yeah. This whole structure is intact except here, but there's no boulders, no signs of impact. I think this was demolished. So we have been in there. There's a room on the far end that we cannot get to because the only path would be across that breach in the wall. So we'll have to go down and then explore inside the open area. Mistress, how old would you say the site is exactly? I would date it back to the very first days of the Holy Empire, Mistress. Probably constructed during the reign of the first Empress herself. I mean, if we have Eagle and Sun, that would make sense. Where are you going, Six? Oh, he's coming through the
rock
breach. Okay.
had been scooped out to make a roof for the courtyard, keeping it safe from the endless storm beyond.
It's so quiet.
This was a secret place.
This can't be a palace. It's something else, it must be. There's something about this place, Mistress. I cannot, as you might say, put my finger on it. Are you trying to remember something? You're a machine. Surely you'll either remember or you don't. That is what I would have expected, yes. You came through the broken wall? Indeed, Mistress, via the ramp. Constructed from a misplaced door. Did the first Empress, who declared herself holy, did she still believe the older gods? Still fear them? Okay, no answer. This looks like an altar to me. Is this a temple then? Did the Empress secretly worship the ancient gods? Why is she so angry about this? What was that? Why is she calm here, calm there, but then screaming there? Also inscriptions. Something's been chiseled in here. Beautiful workmanship. There's a few words in this one. Forever. Me. I don't think me will be right. Yeah. Like, because this is just building, but it's just a stem. It's not a full word. Live forever. Here. Yeah, my place. Live forever here. That's a strange offer to make. Did people die here? For people who were withering? Tended by robots, perhaps? Oh, it's an old folks' home. I see. I mean, I'm being facetious, of course, in that particular assertion. Okay, I have lots of prompts. I think I will do the whole last, because it's like, do I jump in or whatever? Have you worked out what's troubling you yet? Yes. No. There was a chair. Chair? What kind of chair? Here. In the center of this place. A chair. On wheels. I sat down in it, mistress. They put something on my brow. What do you mean, sat? I sat in a chair. Golden, painted of course, carved with leaves, winding up its legs. Faces watching me. I remember the texture of the wood. I could barely lift my head, but I lifted it all the same. Mistress, I was tied. Something's happening to you, Six. There's something here doing something to you. I'm myself, mistress. I'm not surprised if that upsets you. I don't like either of these options. What is... We should definitely not get out of here. Do we have an off switch, maybe? Do you? Now be quiet. I can't hear above your chatter. Roy's going to have fun taking you apart. Okay, we have a giving goddess. This one seems to be giving something, or maybe holding something. We have a reaching god. This one is reaching for something. It's fruit picking, perhaps. Glyphs? I know these glyphs at his feet. They say sky. God of the sky and rivers. Is that who you are? Wait, did the other one have glyphs? Yeah. So giving. Base of the giving goddess. This isn't a word I already know. I have to make a guess. But it's light. Place. Place of all light. Forever. They all loop. No. Yeah. Definitely not love. We have a translation for love. Light. We also have this. Also, we have place here. I don't think they would say place for sun. Yeah, we had sky for the other one in this haven. A haven god? An armless god. He's unarmed. Ha! This one seems to be just a head on a stack of barrels. Just one word. Yeah, we have harvest, we have place again. And this character that occurs in robot, which I'm reasonably confident of at this point. Place of possibly plant life. Bird or serpent? Although this could be like a creature. Right, like a creature, or I mean in this case maybe animal. Armless. It could also be... I mean, if it's armless, that would point towards snake. But... I don't see why that in particular should be snake. I'm gonna guess metal and just see what she does with that. Like, a tool... Right? A tool doesn't have hands. Like, a hammer just has a head. The death goddess from the Emperor's Secret Garden, still weeping. We can't make out the glyph for it because there's a rock. Kibenya. This one is Kibenya. Nice to see an old friend out here. Already sure of these symbols as well. They read as water. Oh yeah. Goddess of fertile rice fields, not of a place like this. A cairn of stones. These must have been placed here deliberately to mark this god in particular. I wonder if behind all of these... There. More glyphs. They might tell us who this god is. The praying goddess? The praying goddess. God? Goddess? I can't tell. Seems curious to assign a gender to a god mistress, after all. Oh, you're back to your old self again? What would they do with it? Place of... That's important, because I still don't have a solid grasp on this character. Ground. Of course, this is earth. This is just earth. And harvest, yeah, we had harvest because... Now what was my thinking? Yeah. And again, I would like to just see other characters, other words that contain this character, like seeing garden and place that connects to earth. And we're gonna go with ground. Goddess of the earth. But we don't know who she is. Or they. Or he. Or whatever. Is there some kind of jewel or a hopper eye? Evidently it is a hopper eye mistress. Although it is not well positioned. Can we use it? Do you really want to? It must refactor somewhere. Assuming it's not just ornamental. This hopper directed one inside of a closed stone box, say mistress, then one would require another hopper inside that space to return. Is this a place of execution? A hopper set up to carry you straight into a rock? It is indeed possible. Insane. Yeah, what's that hole? Need to figure out... Oh, there's another one. Once again, before we go into the hole. But it is most curious. Yes, I see. Excuse me? What are you doing? Okay, he's just off on his own. Something better in the altar. There's something in the stone here. I've never seen something like it. Oh no, it's a railgun. Pew. 6, what do you make of it? Evidently it is old, mistress. Evidently it is very old. Okay. Is that all? Is that all you make of it? Tell me something specific, robot. I would estimate the metal in this piece to be nearly 2,500 years old. But what does it do? That is incredibly old. I have no idea, mistress. It may be purely decorative. Wait, inferred the existence of a previously unknown site? How? The artifact in the altar appears to be aimed directly at the Hopper Eye, mistress. This is aligned to the Hopper Eye? I believe it is a Hopper source, yes, mistress. A sort of emitter. Although it is clearly defunct. And when would that be? But it is in the ancient time. Okay, so there is stuff that is way older than this. Mistress, I've completed my analysis of the Hopper Eye. I've sent test packets through and analyzed the minor refractions. I would like to leave now, mistress. But I cannot hopper us from under the rock. You have obtained 3 interesting artifacts here. Also, we have learned of 1 new location of note in unknown ancient site. May I activate the hopper now, mistress? What is the matter? Why are you forcing me like this? Are you going to tell me what that hopper does? I observed 2 things about the hopper. Individually, they are of trivial interest. Together, they are as we feared. Just tell me. This eye is flawed, mistress. Internal cracking means it can only reflect some of the information passed to it. Specifically, the physical matrix is not refracted. If used, only the neural mesh would disentangle. I'm an archaeologist 6. I speak ancient, not whatever language that is. You might hopper to the eye and never arrive. My second finding, however, is more pressing. The hopper is not broken. It has been carefully engineered to function this way. But what good is a neural mesh without a physical matrix? This is where they put the people in the robots. I choose out of desperation. I didn't want that sentence. Could a neural mesh be stored? For what good that might do? And shall I use the hopper again, mistress? Jesus. What good is a hopper like that? I'm not sure, mistress. I can only see one purpose for it. A way to imprison people. Permanently. A way to bottle them. If they believe in this entire loop situation of like... If they have the same belief as the Ioxians right now, that they need to put people back in the river and let them be reborn and whatnot, then that's how you erase someone from the loop permanently. That's like actual death. That's worse than the robots, possibly. Okay, bought that hole. There must be something down there. A runner for water, perhaps? If this moon ever had any? I wonder. Here's a stone. Nothing. If it hit the bottom at all, I didn't hear it. What is down there? The hole has to lead somewhere. The space below is deep, mistress. Appallingly deep, mistress. 6. Is there a vault here? Have we found it? Found the vault? I understood this was the Withering Palace, mistress. This place is a palace, not a vault. But there's no way down there. Can the Hopper Eye target the hole? Conceivably, mistress. But it would not send you there. It would send no more than your neural mesh. Something tells me that's like the end game. Oh, I nearly knocked my bottle. That would be endgame for my keyboard. Evidently it is both like and unlike the Emperor's Secret Garden. Oh. Scrawled symbols. I've never seen ancient symbols scrawled like this, written in charcoal, I think. This looks wild. And is all we can muster. Going to have to come back to this later. This looks like numbers. Like a passcode. It's gone. What is gone? There's nothing more. The voices are gone. What do you think they were? Who? Friends. Children. A whole life's worth. Gonna do just another sweep of this outer wall before we head out. And if this place was built for robots, why are there so many stairs? Do all robots need ramps? Do all humans need shoes? Okay, let's get out of here. What is this style of conversation? And so we left the surface of the site of the Withering Palace, with rumors of an undiscovered site. Insane. Do we have anyone to show inscriptions to? Both Huang and whatever that trader's name was. Oh, we have so many options actually. Can I just save here? No, I cannot. I will go to Iox, and for sure this will be the last thing we do today. I also like how this just routes me through places that I don't know at all, and somehow we will make it there. I will go there and try and see if I can give this copy of the Marsway book to Huang, as I wanted. Maybe he will give us some other inscriptions in return. And then I will be done for sure, for sure. The Wellspring 6. What about them? The air they pour out, the air we breathe, where does it come from? The Wellsprings pour out air? Where do any of us come from, mistress? Do you think you ever find your home? Oh, we're on the fast lane now. With respect, mistress, it does not matter. Machinery breaks down. Machinery does not retire. There are unknown waters to the right that I believe will also reach our target. I mean, unknown sounds fun. We should explore? Yes. I hope you're right about this. Okay, so that's where the observatory is. We have entered an area of weaker flow once more, mistress. Okay. Yeah, we want to go over here. If we want to explore that. It's good to be back on a real weather for like 2 seconds. There's like a place that might be interesting. I like how she always says, oh, finally on a real river, and it's like 2 seconds until we enter the next minor flow. Yeah, like this thing not just left all the way. What's wrong with the river here? The currents in this region are unusually weak. The rivers here are losing their integrity. The shit. Perhaps that is how Iox was lost. Yeah, there is a weird place here. I think we found it. There's not enough room to land the ship, Mistress. I will ready the hopper. Okay, we will not go to Iox today. We will just land here because we happened upon it, as they say. Amado's Observatory. Is this the one Remba mentioned? I guess. We will find out.
This moon was nothing but cold, cruel rock.
Okay, so like all the other ones. Or most of them.
It could never have been home to anyone. And yet, someone had been here. And someone was still standing guard.
That's the Sky God, right? But that's something we'll find out next time.